I understand that. Thank you. I understand that. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Venus Day. Okay. Anyway, I hope everybody is doing well. It's been a while since I've done a live on here. So if you guys want to share this or, tag some people to come in, please do so. It's not going to be a long one, but let me get on here and share this real quick. So give me like 2 seconds, please. Thank you. All right. Okay. That's it. That's the only places that I see to share it. Okay, y'all, what's up? Hello, everybody. All righty. So why is it doing that right now? Okay. So anyways, I wanted to hop on real quick and just say hi, first of all, because it's been a while since I've been on here on doing lives and stuff. Hey, Shelly. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Gabrielle. So let's talk about this. This is, y'all see the title of the chat today. It is Blame Your Vibration, Not Other People. Okay. So let's get into it. But before we do that, I want to let you guys know that starting on February 24th, I am going to be doing one free group hypnotherapy session. And I'm going to be doing that once a month all the way through December of 2022. So make sure that you guys get on the email list. If you're already on the Open Door Hypnosis email list, then you should have gotten an email this morning where you can opt in for the drawing. You only opt in one time, and then you will be automatically entered into the drawing every single month. So you don't have to opt in every month, okay? And so what I'm going to be doing is having my assistant pull the names from the opt-in list, and we're going to put it in a little drawing, the little wheel thing. And we're going to be choosing 5 people per month to participate in the free group hypnosis, okay? So I just posted about it with all of the details, all of the different types of hypnosis groups that I'm going to be facilitating. So it's just a really fun way to give people an opportunity to try out hypnosis. If you've never tried it before, or if it's something that you've been interested in and you just kind of want to get a taste of what it might be like before you invest in a session. Over the past 2 years, I was doing the drawings just by having people, drop it here in the chat and then doing the drawing like that. So I'm switching it up this year. This way, more people will have an opportunity to be involved. It helps to grow my email list. And it's just a really cool way to kind of get this stuff out here. So, all right. Yes, Shelly. Yes, you can absolutely use it for hair growth. Yes, you can. I get a lot of hair growth clients. And thank you. So, all right, so let's jump into this. So a lot of times we feel like we have to X certain people out of our lives, right? In order for us to step fully into whatever it is that we're manifesting, or for the energy to get to moving. And what you may notice is that when you do, X certain people out or you separate yourself from those people, you do notice increase in the energy and an influx of your blessings coming in a lot faster, right? Things that you've been manifesting and maybe it felt like it was held up for a while. All of a sudden, it just starts flying in once you've gotten out of a toxic relationship, whether it's a romantic partnership or whether it's with friends or family, or just leaving a toxic environment, moving out of a place or leaving a job, what have you, or leaving a group or an organization, okay? It's not so much the people or the energy of the place that was holding you back though. And I want people to understand this because what this does is it helps us take more responsibility over our own energy and over our own manifestations and over what it is that we want. And it helps you get more intentional about what you want. And it also helps you maintain who you are in any situation. Doesn't matter how intense or how toxic it is, the more you understand this particular concept or insight that I'm about to give you guys, the more equipped you will be, okay? And so manifestation is all about vibration, okay? So thought plus emotion equals vibration. So whatever you're thinking about, whatever emotion is attached to said thought or vice versa, depending on your suggestibility. I'll get more into that and more of the exclusive content that I'm going to be offering through the monthly Mind Magic Institute library membership, as well as in B.E.M.A.G.I.C. So if you guys want to continue getting some more in-depth content where I'm going to be talking more about the brain, more about the nervous system, more about magic and energy and things like that, you're definitely going to have to join one of those two groups, okay? Because I'm just not going to be on here as much, taking stuff off social media and putting it in more private places, okay? So with that being said, I'll dig more into that in those settings. But thought plus emotion equals vibration. Okay, remember that. So whatever it is that you are manifesting is going to require you to keep your mind trained on that thing. And it's also going to require you to be mindful of your emotional state. So sometimes you get into, let's just say you get into a relationship with somebody and everything's going well at first, right? The first like 3-6 months going really, really well. Your job is going well, money is good, you looking good, you're feeling good, and the relationship is going well, and you guys are vibing, and then something happens. And then emotionally, you feel taxed, your energy is taxed, okay? And then all of a sudden, you start to notice, your money is drying up, or your car is breaking down, or things are just not working out for you the way they were previously. And sometimes we have a tendency, or your girlfriends or your guy friends or somebody will say, well, you might want to get rid of X and X, so and so and so. If they're stressing you out like that, it might be them that is causing your energy to be drained, or your money to slow down, or you got problems on the job and your car broke down. And so that is a surface layer. That's a surface layer of it. Yes, it's because of that person's actions or because of the situation. Now the fallout is the cause and effect of that is, okay, I was stressed out by this situation or this person over here. And now the fallout is my focus got off of what I wanted. And so everything over here fell apart, right? But what really happened was that your emotions got the better of you and your vibration dropped. So therefore, all of the things that were going really well while you were at a higher vibrational frequency starts to drop as well. It's not the other person, it's your vibration. So how the heck do you maintain a high vibration while you're in the midst of a struggle? You're stressed out, you're in a toxic situation, right? How the heck do I maintain my vibration? How do I do that? by taking responsibility for it and understanding emotional intelligence and understanding how to move the needle from one intense emotion up to the next one, and understanding what each emotion means to you. I'm going to be doing a class on how to understand the frequency of emotions, okay? Because emotions have a frequency. Now, when you understand the frequency of each emotion and you understand how to move yourself, how to move that needle from one emotion up to the next one, then you have more control over your environment. You have more control over your thoughts, over your mind and your vibration, over your thoughts, your heart, your emotions, right? It's funny that I pointed to the heart and said mind, because that's really where the highest intelligence is, right? But the more you have more control over that, that's how you stay focused. See, everybody will tell you, no matter what's going on around you, stay focused, stay focused. But how the heck do you stay focused when you are sad, when you are upset, when you feel like punching somebody in their face? How do you stay focused? You need to understand the range of emotions. You need to understand the frequency of those emotions and how to move yourself through that range and find the one that really, really feels resonant with you, okay, where you can do the most pulling in of that which you desire, even in the midst of bullshit. It's time to get technical with these things instead of just having a blanket conversation about it. It's time to get technical and strategic about what you do, how to get there. And so I'm going to be, first of all, anybody that's worked with me, any classes that you've ever had with me, you know that's how I operate. You know, I take you through a process. It's a strategy. It is not a blanket thing. It is not a one sentence fix it all. No, there is a strategy that a protocol that you must follow. This is going to help you through any and all situations. You understand? Because now you have the mechanics of why it works and why it doesn't work and how it works. Mechanics and strategy are key elements to any part of your success, especially when you are dealing with manifesting, okay? It's one thing to say, stay positive and have a positive mindset. That's great. That's awesome. But when I am in the midst of, I'm ready to rip a bitch's head off of her shoulders, you know what I'm saying? How the hell do I stay in a positive mindset? I'm not in a positive mindset anymore. So now I need to learn what to do with this energy right now. I need to understand, how do I take what's happening right now and still make it work for me? How do I do that? By understanding the range of emotions, understanding the frequency the frequency of sadness, understanding that, and understanding what could happen with sadness, understanding the frequency of anger, and understanding what could happen with that. So see, it's not anybody else's business or responsibility to keep you in a high vibration, because people are going to be people. I say it all the time. I don't trust people. I trust life, and I trust the process, and I trust that moment by moment by moment by moment, I am being met with opportunities to make a choice for myself. Trust your intuition. Trust what that inner guidance is telling you about a situation, because this is the thing. You could meet somebody, and for the first 3 weeks, you need to know them. But then something might happen where you got to know them and your vibration raised because of the way you got to know them, right? And you came into a different understanding and a different perspective about yourself, which raised your vibration high. And the next thing you know, they start acting crazy and weird. And you're like, what the hell happened? See, most people get upset by the change in the behavior of the other person. And then they fault the other person for shifting and changing their behavior, instead of just holding gratitude and appreciation for the fact, well, you know what, that little 3 weeks that we was together, man, I really raised my vibration. I learned a lot about myself. I grew a hell of a lot during that time. So it was time for this person to just start shifting and changing. And because I raised up, I was able to see where I was vibrating. You understand? I was able to finally see, oh shit, I was down there vibrating like that too. That's why I attracted you. But I needed you to raise me up. And once I got raised up out of that frequency, I started noticing the difference between the frequencies. I'm giving y'all a full fucking class right now, okay? I realized the difference between the frequency, and now I see different. And instead of me going back down here to argue and bicker with you and try to get you to see my point and see it my way and act the way I want you to act, I need to be like, oh, thank you. Now I see the difference. You understand? Having this knowledge will save you a lot of stress and turmoil. It will save you time. It will save you energy. It will save your peace of mind. Let people go. Let them go. Let them go. And trust that whatever has happened for your benefit and for theirs. But let them go. Let it go and see what happens. The more you try to hold on, the more you will lose. And you're not losing because of them. You're losing because your inner being has pushed you up higher and wants you to stay up here, but you keep trying to come down here with who you used to be. And that's the inner conflict. That's the real conflict. Your conflict is not with the other person or the other people. The conflict is you against you. The old you trying to get the new you to stay down here. That's the real conflict. When you understand where the real conflict comes from, you will no longer blame anybody else for anything ever again. How do I know? I know, trust me, because I just had to go through it my damn self. Not that long ago. I had to come into that understanding and that insight for myself. And when I realized, oh shit, this conflict is not with them, this is with me. I'm ascending, I'm growing. So when you go up higher, right? And I'm not saying higher is better and they lower and they worse. No, I'm not saying that. But when you just in science, when you go up higher, right? Have you ever been on a helicopter? If you've been on a helicopter, then you're able to kind of sit still and float up. And the more you float up, right, you get to have a bigger, broader perspective. You see everything. At first, when you're down on the ground, all you can see is maybe in the distance, you see some mountains or, some buildings over here. And then the closer you get, you can see the tarmac and, you see the guys out there with their little things or what have you. And then all of a sudden, as that helicopter starts raising up, the ground, it starts to get smaller, but it's still, you can see a lot more. And now you can see above the buildings, right? Now you can see the rooftops of the buildings. You can see the peaks of the mountains. You can see the guys at the bottom, they're like this big now. So you have a broader perspective. And so now you're able to see the difference between the distance between you and the ground. You will kill yourself if you try to step off that helicopter and get back down on the ground. You're going to break your legs. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And that's why it hurts so bad. When you want to take people with you, when you want to help others and you want them to get the message and you want them to just get it. What is wrong with you? Why can't you just come up here with me? It hurts so bad when you're trying to keep these people with you and they can't come with you. Not right now. They might be able to come up a little bit later, but they can't come with you right now. Those guys who are down there on the tarmac, prepping the helicopter and everything like that, they can't jump up and get on the helicopter the same way you can't walk out of the helicopter and get back down on the ground. Both of you guys are going to hurt yourselves. That's the inner conflict. And that is the stuff that we tried, the high expectation that we put on other people. And it is the high expectation or the loss of that. I had such high expectations, such high hopes for these people to come along with me, such high hopes for this relationship, such high hopes for this friendship, such high hopes for this group, and they just not on board. It bothers you, it irritates you, not because they're not on board, because it's time for you to keep on doing this, and you did what you're supposed to do, and either they gonna come with you or they not. That's it. That's all. That's all it is. When you understand this, it saves you so much energy. Doesn't mean that it won't hurt a little bit to let somebody go. Yeah, you'll have to do that sometimes, and that's okay. It's all right. But it doesn't have to be a big pomp and circumstance. It's a part of life. It's what happens when you change your vibration. It's what happens when you have done the work and you've broken free of another, and you've walked through another gateway, and you've broken out of another level, another layer, another shell of the old you. That's what happens. Because we're constantly attracting. We're constantly attracting because that's what we are. We are creators. We attract who we are. We attract where we're vibrating from. So wherever the hell you was vibrating, you attracted these people. You attracted this man. You attracted this woman. You attracted this job. You attracted this mentor. You attracted this coach because you were vibrating there. Now you moved up some because thanks to all of those beautiful beings, because I don't care how you feel about none of them, they're beautiful beings. They're beautiful. You know why? Because they played a huge role in you doing this. So you hold gratitude and thanks for them. You ain't got to keep them around because you can't. Because the more you try to keep them around and try to hold on to them, you get hurt, right? It's like stepping off that helicopter. Oh shit, I should have done it. I don't have a parachute, and I'm not even high enough for the parachute to work. I'm fucked all around. Let me just stay my ass on this helicopter and wave goodbye and keep it moving. Either they'll catch another one and they'll meet me on the other side, or they will stay where they are and they'll try it another time and another lifetime. That's none of my business. Goodbye. It's your vibration. It's your inner work. It's your willingness to say yes to yourself. It is your willingness to say goodbye to others and goodbye to the old self. And when I'm saying goodbye to the old self, I'm not like, oh, I never want to deal with her again. No, ma'am. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you don't run this ship no more, homegirl. We still, I understand you. We still cool. I got you. I love you. However, you don't run this ship. This is a new route. This is a new car. This is a new helicopter. This is a new bus, whatever you want to call it. And I'm driving. You've driven the past 25 years. I'm driving now. Thank you. It's going to be another switch off at another point when you raise up higher. And you're going to be like, oh, thank you, girl. Okay, going back there and sit in the back. I'm driving. This other version of me is driving, because it's not really new versions of us. It's just the truer version that shows up, right? It's not really new. It's just the truest part of me. The highest part of me keeps revealing itself every single day in every single way. The more I do my work, the more I study, the more I learn, the more I sit back and be the fuck quiet sometimes and just observe myself. Because the more you observe yourself and turn your attention away from what other people are doing, you're going to see what they're doing. You're going to just know what they're doing. You don't have to examine them and spy on them. The more you go within and the more you understand who you are, the easier it will be to spot out other people and just read their energy. Mind your business. Let them fall away. But understanding that range of emotion, I'm telling you, is, and I know the range of emotions because I've studied them. But see, you can study everything. You can read every book. And I love reading and I love books. And I do study a lot. I got tons of books sitting right here. I got books on my bookshelf. I got, books over here. I got books everywhere. I'm always reading. I'm always studying. I'm always, researching things, right? But see, a lot of people will study and research, but when it comes time to put those techniques and those particular tools to action, they forget about it. They forget, oh shit, that's right. I need to put this into action. That happens when you're constantly searching outward for the answer. That happens. But when things go down, you need to be pulling you need to be pulling your awareness inside, because that's where the real information is, right? Because the person who wrote that book, guess what they wrote that book from? From their own inner understanding, from their own perspective, through a series of triggers and healing cycles, right? They wrote that from their perspective. So whatever you read, you need to take it with a grain of salt anyway. Whatever you listen to, even when you're listening to me, take it with a grain of salt anyway. But the real answer comes when you focus on you, when you just mind your business and shut up and just observe. And then listen to your inner guidance, the highest part of you, your oversoul. Listen. She or he or they know. They know. I always say the one who sees what I cannot see and the one who knows what I do not know. Tell me what to do. Because when I try to see it through my own eyes, right, I'm only seeing it through ego vision, not eagle vision, ego vision. And ain't nothing wrong with your ego, right? We need the ego. I will never be killing my ego off or any of that, but I do tell it to shut the fuck up and get in the back seat a lot. Like, okay, thank you, but you need to go over here right now. I already told you what I needed you for today. Don't be trying to tell me how to handle this over here. This is not something that we are well versed in. Not for the highest, not for the best possible outcome. So let me tap into the part of me that already knows the outcome, the part of me that already sees it as healed and resolved, not just for my better good, but for the good of everyone involved, right? Let me tap into that and allow myself to just follow, okay? All right. All right, well, I love y'all. Hi, Dr. Tracy, congratulations. I saw your certificate. That's so awesome. All right, you guys. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Go ahead and get on the mailing list if you're not on it already. Opt in for the free drawing. And for those of you that are already on the list, check your email. I'll be sending another email out in maybe like another week or so. So, because I don't want to like flood you guys' email inboxes, okay? But you'll be able to sign up and opt in for the new drawing that is happening every month, all right? I love y'all. I hope you're doing well. I will be back soon, not sure when, but soon. So also make sure you sign up for the Mind Magic Institute membership library is $33 per month, $33 a month. I will be uploading new content every month. Some of that content you will not be able to find it on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. It will only be in the library. I will start promoting B.E.M.A.G.I.C again. I think we're going to start the new session in April. So I'll start letting you guys know when that is opened back up. And until then, I love y'all. Have a fantastic day and be good. Bye.